We are officially living in the land of the fucking sheep. I mean, holy shit. Now, I know. Let me get this straight. So let me get this straight. I'm gonna stand up while I'm standing up like I'm lecturing a class right now. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Let me connect this this tablet here, Surface tablet, really quick. There we go. Don't want to lose my battery. Let's lower this air conditioner here. All right. So check it out. If you want to believe the propaganda that the Pentagon is putting out there, then you go ahead and you believe it. But I'm going to ask you for a moment to use your common sense. Okay? Let me first read the report. We're just going to use common sense here. That's all we're going to do. According to, and this is not just them, by the way, this is all the other media outlets. So I'm not singling out Fox News here. This is just a report, the first one I saw. But CNN is reporting the same things, CBS News, all of them, okay? There were no civilian casualties and several Islamic State caves and ammunition caches were destroyed, according to a statement from the Afghanistan Ministry of Defense. The mother of all bomb killed 36 Islamic State militants, Afghan officials say. Now, make no mistake about it, quote-unquote Afghan officials, okay, it's run by who? By us, okay? We're the occupiers. But that aside, okay, that aside, keep in mind that these caves, you know what the media is not telling you? The media doesn't tell you, right? And this has been actually leaked, by the way. Remember when WikiLeaks was leaking all this shit about Hillary and all these liberals, all these idiots started getting mad because it was making Hillary look bad because of the emails, this, that, and the third. All right. And I said, hey, I mean, WikiLeaks does what WikiLeaks does. When Trump's elected, they're going to leak shit too. It's what they do. All right. So they recently leaked information, although there was information before that, but the most notable leak recently was that the CIA was behind the creation of these caves in the first place, right? Or them having any type of function. So it's not like we discovered something and, oh, look, there's a cave right there. Oh, look, we got tunnels right there. Well, it didn't take any investigative work. We created them, right? It's a little more complicated than that, but still, did we drop the bomb? Yes. Did it kill 36 people? Use your common sense for a second. So the purpose of the bomb, now if I understand correctly, the bomb doesn't create a crater, right? It's not that type of bomb. But it obviously has a massive force. So if there's caves or tunnels underneath, they'll come crashing down. That's basically the point. So you're telling me that there's these underground caves and underground tunnels, and we dropped the most powerful non-nuclear bomb right on top of it, right? Stay with me now. And we shattered it all, and it all fell to pieces. It came tumbling down. And just in 24 hours, just like that, we're being told, oh, we got 36 of them. Not we found 36 bodies, or not, you know, we're given an exact number. We're not given like, we believe a little under 100 were there. Or, no, we're told 36. So you're telling me you blew this shit up, right? And then first, you have to make sure that, because you got to go find out, right? Like you got to go check out who's there. You got to find the bodies. You can do a body count. So if ISIS is around, I mean, they just killed a Green Beret a couple weeks ago or something like that, right? Or not that long ago. What was it, last week? So they're around. So we got to make sure we survey the area. And this is in the terrain like Afghanistan, right? We're going to survey the area. We got to make sure there's no ISIS people around, And then once it's all secure, we're going to secure the area. I mean, that's going to take a while. And then we're going to just get a bunch of people to just pick up the rubble, right? That's just been bombed, by the way. And in less than 24 hours, we're going to find, and we're going to know for sure that 36 people were killed. We're not given any names. We're not told who these 36 individuals are. We're not told their significance. We're just given a bunch of vague information like, oh, this was a very vital place for ISIS. ISIS really needed, these underground tunnels in Afghanistan. Because everybody knows, I mean, that's where it's at. It's not on the internet. It's not on cyberspace. No. It's this is it. This is where they plotted it all in these underground caves, right? I'm not saying ISIS wasn't there. What I'm saying is I'm questioning the reports. Because either one or two things happen. Either we dropped the bomb for no reason whatsoever, okay, just to run this propaganda. I mean, holy shit, are they eager to have a big bomb land so they could brag about how no civilians were killed. Okay, that's number one. Number two, boy, do they just want to drop a bunch of bombs. So let me get this straight. People are acting like this was the capital of ISIS or some shit. Like this is where their headquarters were and all their leaders were there. We just killed the 36 leaders. Everything that makes ISIS work. You know what this bombing did to ISIS? Nothing. It did nothing to ISIS. ISIS is still functioning. ISIS has not been weakened whatsoever by this bomb. It did nothing to ISIS. It's war propaganda. That's what they're feeding you right now. And the amount of people that are buying this, and look, especially, I'm noticing this especially on Facebook. If you go to Facebook, even I'm noticing like the same paragraph, okay, being typed down by all these robots. In fact, let me find it. Let me read it to you. Where's it at? And it's weird because like they'll have Muslim names, Hispanic names. It's kind of clever how they do it, but check it out. I haven't seen an American president who is so patriotic, creates jobs, supports the police, veterans, and is 100% loyal than Donald Trump. Nobody believed Trump would be elected president, but he won the hearts of voters and is now the president of the United States. So I believe he'll win a second term. Another robot. I've never seen a president so patriotic, creates jobs, supports police, loves veterans, puts America first, and his own country. Nobody believed he would get elected. He's doing everything he said. He's even doing the airstrike and bomb for the right reasons. Should I read another one? Is everybody just a parrot nowadays, or is this computers that are typing these comments? I haven't seen an American president who's so patriotic, creates jobs, supports the veterans and police. He's doing everything he said. Nobody believed Trump would be elected. He's winning the hearts and minds of voters. And now he's the president of the United States. Want me to find another one? I haven't seen an American president who is so patriotic, creates jobs, supports the police, veterans, and is 100% loyal to Donald Trump. Nobody believed Trump would be elected for president, but he won the hearts and minds of voters and is now the president of the United States. 1,000 thumbs up, 2,000 thumbs up, 4,000 thumbs up. Look at this. Let me tell you something, man. And this is something minor. This is just anybody could create these robots, but use your comments. There's no way they could have gone through the rubble and know for sure that it's 36 militants that were killed. There's just no way. It's notice how they never explained that. They just got the so-called footage of the bombing earlier today. and I'm trying to understand here. Now, it is in black and white. There's some other videos out there that are not this blast. Those are older bombings from smaller bombs. But you're telling me right now, like we couldn't even capture this shit while it happened, but we already know that 36 were killed on the spot. Like, did we have people like just laying low until this shit hit the fan, and then they just immediately ran down there and started counting the bodies? Like, they knew, like, don't worry about it. There'll be no ambushes by ISIS who are around the area. Nothing like that. We're just gonna show up and just dig up all these. It's supposed to be this big, massive tunnel and tunnels and caves that ISIS does this elaborate work in. And we just destroyed it all, and we just dug it all up. In a matter of 24 hours, we know how many bodies. Like, you have to be naive. You have to be to just believe that. You guys remember when 9/11 happened, right? Remember how the towers fell? They didn't give us a body count, the next day. It's not like they just knew. You know how long it took to get through the rubble? You know how long that took? Well, I understand that the circumstances were different, but still, use your common sense. No. We knew for a fact that 36 of them were there and 36 didn't come out. Right? That's the best explanation they got. Right? So then you're telling me that if you knew for a fact it was just 36 of them, so we had to drop a bomb that cost hundreds of millions of dollars to kill 36 dudes that obviously have no significance, because if they did, they would have had it all over the news. If the leader of ISIS was one of those 36, it would be all over the news. But they can't give you prominent ISIS names because they didn't kill anybody who was prominent. Because they'll pop up on Saudi TV later on, okay? And say, no, you didn't fucking kill me. Because they've already tried this. They tried this when the very first attack that Donald Trump approved of, they attacked an Al-Qaeda compound, right? They came out and they said, oh, don't worry, we killed a big member of ISIS. I mean, the guy we killed, I mean, he was vital to Al-Qaeda, right? The next day, the Al-Qaeda guy came out and started mocking, right, President Trump, saying, you didn't kill me. What the fuck are you talking about? Right? So they can't. That's why they're not giving you names. We're giving no names. We're just told 36. Like, 36? Like, are you sure it's not 37? You're already done looking through the rubble? Like, really? Like, you're that positive? We're going to have to keep that number in mind and just watch as it unravels in the following weeks. Just watch that, right? Now, the good news is, all right, that they use this as a propaganda ploy. And sure, look, I honestly don't think they killed 36 militants. I don't. I think they're full of shit, right? But let's say they did, right? That's fine. All I know is it's by the looks of it, I don't know for sure, because we're already being lied to, so it's clear war propaganda here, but to me it seems that no civilians were killed, so that's good, right? I mean, that's not bad news, that's good news. All right, so they just wanted to show off here. That's what this was. All right? This was a tactic to show people, look how big and bad our bombs are. That's it. And let me just tell you something about ISIS, right? ISIS is not just in Afghanistan, right? In fact, Afghanistan isn't even one of their strongholds, right? These are people affiliated with ISIS, right? When ISIS is everywhere. They're in Yemen, they're in Pakistan, okay? They're in countries that we're supposedly allies with. They're in Europe. They're everywhere. So are you going to drop the mother of all bombs everywhere you think ISIS is or what? No. You're not going to bomb them away. You can't defeat ISIS militarily, okay? You can't, because it's an ideal. It's an ideology. ISIS spawned out of chaos and bombs. You know what bombs are? I forgot who said this, but I think when it comes to terrorists, right? Every time we drop a bomb, it's almost like we're planting a seed. You know, to us it's a big bomb, boom. Right? When we drop it from, every time a bomb drops from a plane and hits the ground in the Middle East, metaphorically, we're dropping a seed that's planting future enemies of ours. That's all it's doing. Right now, ISIS is having a field day. Right now, ISIS is telling everybody, hey, look, we're the big bad wolf. You ain't shit, Al-Qaeda. Like, we are where it's at. Okay? The United States never threatened anybody with the mother of all bombs. They're having to resort to their biggest, baddest bombs with us. You know, because you ain't shit. You pick your game up, Al-Qaeda, and they will. Okay? You don't think ISIS is like, does anyone really believe that because we dropped this big bomb in the desert of Afghanistan that all of a sudden it just caused all this chaos within ISIS? And I mean, an attack on us was imminent, but once we landed that bomb, it just destroyed all their plans. You know, they're going to have to start all over, regroup, because we just hurt them that much. I'm seeing memes on Facebook acting like we just killed ISIS, like we just flattened him or something. Oh, Trump said he was going to bomb him, bombed the shit out of him. He kept the campaign promise, right? Well, that's if, first of all, 30. I mean, if you're going to lie, you might as well say you killed 1,000 of them. I mean, 36. You know, they probably said 36, 1,000. People start asking for bodies at that point. All right. So you expect me to believe that they have underground tunnels and they're very sophisticated, right? These tunnels to the point where it's like the core, it's the capital, it's where they did all their shit. That's where ISIS planned everything, right? But so, and it happens to be the only place where ISIS doesn't have, okay, their wives, okay, doesn't have their slaves, where ISIS doesn't have, you know, no kids around. Like you're telling me it's the only place that they didn't do this? Then you're obviously not paying attention, right? They're not that dumb. Believe me, they're going to do a couple moves, okay? Like, number one, they're doing this already, which is kind of shocking to me, but you're not going to see ISIS, right? You're not going to be able to kill a group of them without killing civilians, right? They're far too smart for that. Okay, that's just the reality. They know how all this shit works. They know how it works. So it's this idea that, oh, bombing them, this and that. Look, let me tell you something, man. This is starting to become, you know, this idea that, no, we got to whip it out and show them how big we got. You know what I mean? Like this idea that, oh, we got to show them the United States has the biggest dick in the fucking world. Let's do it now, right? It's this idea that this is going to defeat ISIS and these big bombs are going to just scare the shit out of them when these Wahhabist, you know, extremists, right, strap themselves with bombs and bomb themselves. This idea that we're going to scare them with bombs when they spawn out of the ashes of bombs, okay? This idea that we just bomb the shit out of everything and create chaos, it's going to hurt ISIS. It's just not the case when they thrived on chaos. This idea that if we increase military intervention, we're going to see less of them, right? Well, yeah, they'll be less visible. But the question is, when the fuck do we leave? Because as soon as we leave, the Taliban is taking over Afghanistan again. ISIS is taking over Iraq. And eventually they're going to take over Syria because we're assisting them in doing so. But anyway, okay, fine. Yeah. In 24 hours, they went through all the rubble of all these, these tunnels and all this, and they discovered that exactly 36 people were killed. And even though it was a big fucking bomb and shit came crashing down, like all these rocks and boulders and just all the, after this concussive fucking bomb hit, we're able to identify all 36, and we know that all 36 were, members of ISIS because, I don't know, man, maybe they have it tattooed on them or some shit. Maybe they looked through the wallet said ISIS fighter or some shit, right? Who's buying this shit? Like, seriously. Anyway, I'm out.